So Spanish cuisine, and for those of you that follow Spain on Fork already know this, is truly one of the simplest cuisines in the world, as it doesn't rely on heavy sauces or tricky techniques, just honest clean flavors that pack a ton of greatness. Anyways, with that being said, that's exactly what we're doing today. We're making a very simple dish of Spanish eggs with potatoes and peppers. And let me tell you, this is a dish that you'll find served all over Spain, from tapas bars to high-end restaurants, and it seriously has the most incredible flavors. Folks, you can serve this dish for breakfast, next to a mimosa, or even for dinner next to a cold beer. Either way, make sure to serve it next to a crunchy baguette to mop up all that goodness. Let's begin by grabbing a large fry pan, heating it with a medium heat, and adding in 1 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 240 milliliters. Now we're going to be using this olive oil to cook the entire dish, so you can use other oils here if you like, but by using extra virgin olive oil like they do in Spain is what gives this dish that beautiful depth of flavors. The one that I'm using is from the Georgetown Olive Oil Company, truly one of my favorite Spanish olive oils. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below. While the olive oil is heating, I'm going to cut 2 green bell peppers that have already been washed and patted dry, each one into thick strips. And as you know, when I'm working with bell peppers, I like to cut around them, that way there's no seeds involved. Once the bell peppers are cut, I'm going to add them into the pan with the hot olive oil. And we're going to fry the bell peppers between 5 to 6 minutes or until they're lightly sauteed and tender. In the meantime, let's get the rest of the ingredients ready. I'm going to roughly chop 1 large onion, and we'll cut 1 kilogram of potatoes, which is 2 1/4 pounds, or about 4 medium-sized potatoes that have been peeled, washed, and patted dry, each one into small pieces that are 1/4 inch thick, which is a little over 1/2 centimeter. Now to make this recipe, you want to use potatoes that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better when they're fried. I'm using new potatoes here, but you can also use Yukon Gold, Golden Delight, or even red potatoes. Once the green bell peppers are lightly sauteed and tender, once again they've been cooking for about 5 to 6 minutes, I'm going to remove them from the pan, making sure to shake off any of the excess olive oil. And we'll season the bell peppers with a kiss of sea salt and let them sit here, that way they can cool off. For this recipe, they're typically served at room temperature. Now using the same pan with the same heat, I'm going to add in the chopped onion and the chopped potatoes. And we'll mix the potatoes and onions around, that way they're coated in that olive oil, and we're going to fry this between 20 to 25 minutes or until the potatoes are golden fried and fully cooked through. And let me tell you, don't have to mix this continuously, but do get in there every 3 to 4 minutes, that way everything evenly cooks. After about 20 to 25 minutes, and the potatoes are golden fried and fully cooked through, you know you can always pierce them with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in there, they are ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat, and we'll drain everything into a fine sieve with a bowl underneath. And we'll cover the potato mixture, that way it stays nice and warm. Then we'll add in the drained olive oil back into the same pan, and once again, heat it with a medium heat. For the final step, let's start cooking our eggs. Now before I add the eggs into the pan, I like to crack them into individual bowls. This ensures that no eggshells go into the pan and that the egg yolk is not broken. And I like to fry the eggs in batches, that way you don't overcrowd the pan. Now the secret to cooking Spanish-style fried eggs, you just let them sit there in that hot olive oil between 90 seconds to 2 minutes. This is going to give them a beautiful crispy texture underneath. Then we'll splash some of the hot olive oil over the eggs. This is to cook the top part, and you only want to do this for a couple seconds, otherwise you can easily overcook the egg yolk. And we'll remove the fried eggs from the pan. And we'll continue to fry our eggs in batches using the exact same technique until they're all done. Once all the fried eggs are done, let's start plating our dish. I'm going to add in a couple fried eggs into a serving plate, add in some of the fried potatoes, and a couple strips of our fried green bell peppers. And for the final touch, we'll season the fried eggs and fried potatoes with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And check it out, our Spanish eggs with potatoes and peppers is done. This is known in Spain as huevos fritos con patatas fritas y pimiento verde. Super easy to make, incredible presentation, and once again the kind of dish where less is more and simplicity meets extraordinary. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Now this is a dish I cannot wait to dive into. Here we go. What do you want me to tell you? Eggs and potatoes cooked in extra virgin olive oil, in my opinion. It does not get better than that. Truly something to get so excited about, even though it's so simple. Let's try one of the fried green bell peppers. I'm telling you, this slight bitterness from the green bell peppers just rounds it about for the best dish ever. You saw this, so easy to make, honest and clean flavors. Give this a try at home and I promise you're gonna absolutely love it. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Edward J. Garrison, David Houston, Britt Saunders, Tandy Irvin, and Paul Whitfield. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below, and as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.